At any rate, the school board went ahead and did throw the club out, and the parents did sue. Now, during this very contentious time, I was running for re-election to the school board. One night, I received a phone call. I answered the phone, and the person said, "If you don't drop out of that race, I am going to kill you and your 2 sons." Now, I didn't know whether to take that seriously or not, but I called the Ladue police, and they said it was a very serious death threat. I could no longer go to school board meetings alone. My husband accompanied me to every one, and we had bodyguards on both of our boys. When I went to school board meetings and my husband went with me, we had to move our sons to someone else's home because the police were really worried about what may happen. Over $1 million, oh, let me go on to that, the bodyguards. One day, my, at that time, 7-year-old son went into his classroom and his teacher said, "Scott, how are you today?" A very simple question, but all the teachers knew what was going on in our lives. In fact, there was a woman who used to stalk our son. She would stand on the sidewalk and watch him on the playground. One day, the police found her inside his classroom waiting until the class came back and told her that if she did not leave the school grounds, she'd be arrested. So it was very serious. At the time, Mrs. Kelly asked my son, 7 years old, "Scott, how are you today?" He said, "Mrs. Kelly, I'm alive." That's what we were going through. By the way, that's the son who's now in the Navy and on his way to be deployed to Afghanistan. The school district spent over $1 million fighting that lawsuit by their own taxpayers. It went all the way to the U.S. Supreme Court. The courts told Ladue School District, "You have to treat all community groups the same." So in their open-mindedness, in order to legally discriminate against a positive faith-based organization, they threw all community groups, including 1,000 meetings of Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts, out of meeting after school in Ladue School District buildings. The ongoing legal results of this lawsuit were that it opened equal access for religious clubs from kindergarten through 12th grade when it had previously been restricted to only high schools. The Ladue Schools versus the Good News, Good Sports Club case has now been used in a number of subsequent lawsuits to protect religious freedoms. Shortly after the case ended, the Journal newspapers on their front page ran a story about the 10 stupidest decisions by government. I knew it wasn't a matter of stupidity, it was a matter of hostility and discrimination. I imagine some of you may have experienced some of the same types of discrimination. I want you to know that I am sensitive to religious liberty issues because of that experience. I loved my school board job. I lost it in the middle of that re-election. I paid a high price for that battle. But now I look back and I see that it just kicked me up to a higher level influence where I can protect the freedoms for a greater number of citizens. Thank you so much for allowing me to be with you today.
On behalf of Bal Vihar of St. Louis as a president, I'd like to thank State Senator and Commissioner for coming here to our gala event. Thank you very much, both of you. And also I'd like to State Senator to know that we are using public schools for our cultural education purpose for the last 5 years. And we're looking forward future support from you. So this is an educational institution. We teach Indian culture to the children. we have almost 6,000 to 7,000 kids have gone through our school, and about 150 kids have been graduated from the school. They are now professional, either they're doctors or engineers, and they're professional in the society, and that's our goal. Thank you very much for coming. I appreciate that. Thanks. Thanks.
Jewel. Behind the successful operations of our school, Mr. Tyagarajan Subramanian to the stage.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. Hope you are enjoying this wonderful program. Okay, my name is Subbu Subramanian. I'm the Director of Operations for Bal Vihar. Putting this event together and trying to raise funds for our children takes a lot of time and effort for so many committed and dedicated volunteers. So fasten your seatbelts. I'm going to start reading all the names. I brought a file. No, for the time's sake, I won't do it. I just want to say thank you to all the volunteers who put in enormous amounts of time. I want to extend our thanks to our guest, Ms. Cunningham, as well as Ms. Mandy Ellis, our partner in our community service. Thank you so much for taking your time today and honoring us today. This is a partnership with the Hindu Temple of St. Louis. I want to extend our sincere thanks to the Executive Committee as well as the Board of Trustees of the Hindu Temple of St. Louis. We have just signed our Memorandum of Understanding with the Hindu Temple of St. Louis. Now I want to recognize some special individuals whose contributions are entirely selfless, ongoing, and totally service-driven. First, I want to start with Mr. Manhar Bhakta. He's our video and photography person. He has been spending countless hours over the past month. The next person I want to invite, Martin Zegel. He's our financial and accounting advisor, and who does not charge us any penny. He has been doing this for many, many years. Thank you, Marty. Thank you. The next person I want to recognize is Mr. Paritosh Sheth. He is not here today, but he's our legal counsel. He also does not charge us anything. And if he had gone to a legal counsel and pay street prices, we would have gone bankrupt. So again, thank you very much, Pari. The next one, he's our main man for the Gala event. Please put your hands together and welcome Mr. Vishwakant Tripathi. He is the brain, heart, and soul behind this Gala event. For the past 4 months, I became aware of so many businesses that exist in town as well as out of town that I've never heard of before. He called anyone and everyone and did not take no from anyone. Every day when I wake up, I usually check my BlackBerry for emails. At least I see 10 to 12 emails from Vish and Ashok exchanging what they did previous night, how much they collected, what they accomplished every day. We really could not have done this without Vish's contribution and help. We want to give a special thanks to Vish. Wait, just 1 second, Vish. While I thank Vish, we want to extend our thanks to Mrs. Anjali Keshwani, Vish's wife. for making all those sacrifices so that Vish can do this for us. Thank you, Anjali. Thank you.
It's important for each generation to not only know and understand the traditions handed down to them, but to evaluate their relevance to their lives. It has been proven in studies, as well as being noticeable through casual observation,